Hello YouTube, I'm going to call this video Ghetto Modifications for your Ninja 250. You may notice this thing here. This is actually a GPS. There it is. That's new, as is this clutch lever and my left fairing, because I had a side stance fail on the bike, and after that side stance fail, obviously we cracked some plastic and had to replace that. So now we've done some modifications. So why would I stick a GPS there? Well, I've actually been using it to test out the accuracy of the speedo on the Ninja 250. One of the Ninja forums I visit regularly, there's kind of been a common consensus that the speedo is inaccurate by at least 10%. Now the thing with speedos being inaccurate is they always read fast. That's a legal requirement. It's kind of known, it's near impossible to get a speedo that's accurate, totally accurate at every speed. Usually they're accurate at one speed and there's a margin for error everywhere else. But they're always set so that they read fast. So if the speed limit's 55 and you're going 55 according to your vehicle, you're probably actually only going 50 or 52. And obviously if it was the other way around, you'd be getting speeding tickets that weren't your fault. So if you happen to get a speeding ticket, you're probably going not only over the actual limit, but you're probably going over by at least 10 or 20%. So my particular GPS is, I say it's a ghetto mod because I don't know if you can see the corners of how it's mounted, but I've just put literally, I got some Velcro and I have the two corners of the GPS shoved into the two corners of the clip-ons, and on the bottom of the GPS I have a larger piece of Velcro, and that's stuck to the bolt in the center of the steering. And I've ridden this route before and it hasn't fallen off, so I'm going to ride it again. So how inaccurate is the speedo on the Ninja 250? Well, first thing I'll say is every bike is slightly different. Mine is probably close to what a typical 250 Ninja is like, in that the speedo drive in the front squeaked a little bit and I had to give it a bit of WD-40 to stop it squeaking. So that's probably, I don't know if that's helped or made it even worse, but it's not too bad. I mean, when I'm going to start talking in, should I do this in miles an hour or kilometers an hour? I'll do it in kilometers, just to give you, because the numbers are easier. So I went out on the motorway and I went to 120 kilometers an hour, not the motorway, national road. I went up to 120 kilometers an hour indicated on the speedo, which if we were talking miles an hour would be 75 miles an hour. And I looked at my GPS and it said I was doing 103, so I was 17 less than what it told me I was going to be. Yep, 17. So in miles an hour I was going, it said I was doing 75, but I was actually doing 61. And that's the most inaccurate I saw it. Everything else, it was about a 10 kilometer / 6 mile an hour inaccuracy. I could show you now, but my GPS is so basic that it's got these tiny fonts, and right down in the corner it says it says the speed, and there's no point probably trying to show you guys because it's just going to be so dangerous trying. But it's not that interesting. So basically, if the speed limit as signposted is 50 kilometers an hour or 31 miles an hour, I would have to go 60. No, if it's 50, I would have to go probably 58. And if it's posted 60 kilometers an hour like that, I would probably have to go 69. And the reason I'm doing this is because I'm going to do my test soon. I have to do a video about doing shoulder checks, and I have to practice that a bit more, but I'll be doing my test soon. And one of the things with the test is going to be your speed. So I remember this well from doing it in my car. If the speed limit was signposted, this back when we had miles an hour in Ireland, this is how long ago it is. If the speed limit signpost says 30 miles an hour, your kind of range of acceptable speed for the test is between 29 and 30. Well, it's really, you can go 29 or 30, that's it. If you go 31, 32, the person sitting beside you testing you will probably tell you to slow down and obey the speed limit, and they'll dock you 2 points because they have to tell you that. If you're saying, oh, I'll be super cautious, that'll help me pass the test, they will actually just give you points and not tell you anything. So they'll say lack of progress. So it's a bit harsh. Now in the car it's not too bad because they could go off the same reading you are. In the bike, it could go either way. I mean, the thing about the bike is the speedo is totally inaccurate, but they're not on the bike. They're following you either on another bike or more likely in their car. So it's very hard for them to exactly match. So I'd say the scope of error is probably a little bit more, and it's probably because it's harder for them to measure, you probably get away with a bit more error.